Hey, this is Max. I am back with another CSR2 video. If you watched my last video, you know that I have completed the Legendary Golden Cup. And at the very end, through bronze keys, I was able to get the body stage 6. Having installed that and obtained the fusions for it, I am now ready to take on the 15 races for the Evolution Cup. Now, I've learned a few things about driving this car from people when I was testing it during the Legendary Cup, and many viewers made comments about how to drive it. I'm trying out some of the different driving techniques here. One of the things that seems to work well for this car is to skip third gear, which I'm going to start doing as I progress through this race. I have not been able to get the car to run substantially under dyno. The current car dyno's at 7.828, but it will allow me to get the car down to the 7.7s utilizing the gear skipping method, which I'm going to try to do. The other thing is that, of course, this car needs a perfect launch. When you shift into second is another point of it. Some people suggest to shift very quickly into second. Others suggest maybe waiting until 55 miles per hour. And remember, if you are under kilometers per hour, your shifting would be different as well. So going to try all those, but my key concern here is I want to keep the car running under 7.805. And as long as it's doing that, it means I can actually beat the entire cup for Evolution Cup without further upgrades. I'm running 5 stage 6s here. I have the important ones: body, nitrous, trans, and tire, the 4 big ones for this car. Having those, then if you have one of the others, whether it be turbo, engine, or intake, should be enough so long as you have full fusions to get through this cup. And I'm talking about the Evolution Cup, not the Legendary Cup. So those 5 stage 6s allow you to hit the 7.8 range. Depending on how I drive, if I can get it consistently into the 7.7s, then I'm pretty much set for these 15 races. So here I'm kind of just blowing through them one after the other. Right now, you can tell that the race starts off already very hard. The first few races have already increased the time to the point where it is faster than the Legendary's final run. So if your car was barely making it in the Legendary Cup, you're not going to get very far into the Evolution Cup. Here on just race 4, we're already looking at an 8.297 from the opponent. That is faster than the final run of the Legendary Cup. So really, if you didn't get the right stage 6 at Legendary Cup and you're not upgraded to run 7.8s or less, you're not going to get many races into the Evolution Cup at all. All right, so let me see if I can, there you go, skip and see if this in fact makes the best time. So I went to second gear, then I kind of skipped third, right into fourth, and there it is, 7.791. It does beat Dyno by about 300s. That's not bad. I don't know how some people are beating Dyno by 2/10. I really would love to see that done on video, but of course, I'm not expecting that. But viewers have said that they've beaten this car's dyno by 2/10. Now, I do know from experience, different parts, different level of upgrades, certain tunes can affect the car substantially differently depending on how far you've upgraded it. So very well could be that at certain point in an upgrade, the car does beat dyno by 2/10, and then as you upgrade closer to max, it loses that ability to beat it by that much. A few hundred seems to be easy enough to do, 7.783 there, but 1/10 or 2/10 with this car has been difficult for me at least. I'm hoping that people will chime in and let me know how they did it. And also maybe mention what exact upgrades they have and possibly the tune. Certainly, if your car is beating dyno by 2/10, that's going to make a great live racer. It's not beating it by enough to bump you a lobby generally, assuming that you're lobbying at the middle or lower end of the lobby in the first place. But even if you're at the very edge of the lobby, unless you're beating dyno by a substantial amount, you'll stay in the lobby. So those are all good things to know. And this car, certainly I see it in live, and there's some people that love it. So it's a very viable car for that purpose. And since you had a chance to build it with these cups, it may become a go-to car for some people. I didn't really drive the Vulcan a lot, not because I dislike the car in general, it's just because I have other cars that I've been focusing on more. So here, I'm about, what, 7, 8 races into this? Oh, not a perfect launch, but I'll skip to fourth. That should still get me a pretty good time. Let's see what it came out to be. 7.7. All right. It'll be the final race. That's all I care about at this point is that I can race this car consistent enough to get through the final race. My other goal always when I enter into these cups is to not lose any race if at all possible. I don't like to waste time. I certainly don't want to waste the gold to add gas or even wait for the videos if I can avoid it. So I like to come in knowing my car is capable of basically taking on the final time and then try to drive it well enough that I don't end up losing at all. Doesn't always happen, but the less time I spend on the cup, the quicker it is I can move on to other things. And as long as it's going to run the 7.7s, I should be good to go as far as getting through. So I had thought the Evolution Cup was 30 more races. Turns out it's 15, so it's moving along very quickly here. Okay, 8.062 at this point, about 9 races into it. So race 10, you're looking at probably 7.9 or 8.03. It's definitely going to drop. And then the last few races where it's going to escalate, as always, it's going to jump probably from 8.0 right to 7.8. All right, let's see what this one is going to be. I think that was, again, a 7.7 run. 7.794, not as good as the last one. 8.041, so a 200 drop from the last race. So here we are on the last few races. We're looking at race number 11 now. 11 to 15, I expect to have a more substantial drop per race, all the way to the 7.805. So probably 500 is a shot. That would spread it out pretty evenly among the 5 races. So let's see how the developers did this with the times. All right, perfect. Second, fourth. Let's see if we can get this through. It's doing pretty good. 7.792, okay. And 7.994, so that's about a 300 drop, 400 drop almost. So it's escalating about 400-500 drop per race at this point. So that would put the next race at about a 7.94 or 95 if we follow that pattern. Let's see if that plays out the way I'm anticipating it. My crooked wheel is not doing too bad here. It looks almost straight. So it's better than during the Legendary Cup, certainly. It's a little tilted to the left, but not terrible. Not falling over and pointed straight to the right like the Evolution Cup was, the Legendary Cup was doing. Yep, that was a big drop. 7.914 now from a 7.99. So that's an 800th drop. And we're on race 13. Let's see how we go. So here's coming up near the last 2-3 races. And obviously, I'm trying to do this without losing any. So I'm going to try to drive as well as I can. Skipping third seems to work, so I'm going to stick to that. Now, I know on Apple devices, I watched a video from someone with an Apple device. It can skip so quick that it almost doesn't show third gear. It just goes from 2 right to 4. That seems to do even better for time. Usually with slower devices, even if you click, even in the case of my computer, even if I click the spacebar really fast, that skip isn't always as good. Now, I better not run a 7.808 on the final run because that would make me lose. So I need to be more careful here and get these last 2-3 races exactly right. All right, so once again, perfect launch. Good. Shift second, skip third, There we go. That should do it, no problem. That should be a 7.7 run right there, or not. We'll see. 7.7? Yes, 7.789. Now I just have to do it for the final run, and then I will now be the proud owner of a 5-star purple Aston Martin Vulcan AMR Pro. All right, last race. Take a deep breath. Okay, no rushing it. No need to rush it. Although this is kind of close, right? I can't screw up anywhere. I got to get this just right. So focus, and it's really not that hard, right? It's all timing, clicking buttons. It's not like some games where you're multitasking 5, 6 different things. Perfect launch. Skip. Got it. All right. As long as I get that skip right, I should have gotten it, and I do. He looked like he was about to catch up to me at the end there. Whew. All right. Okay, 7.805. I just made it through the entire cup without losing, which is great. I did spend 20 gold though, but you earned that back during the cup, so it's not a big deal. And now, delivery of the car. Boom. There it is. Vulcan AMR Pro. 5-star purple car. That's a nice color. I like the offset color on the wing. It's a little different. Give it a little bit of a matching to the livery, which is cool. It's a cool looking car. Am I going to build this thing? Well, here's the conundrum, right? It's going to cost 6 million to build a car. It's going to cost me probably 7,000 gold to transfer the existing stage 6 parts that I have to this car. And I'm still missing stage 6s. So building this car, one, it won't be maxed. Two, it's going to cost a ton of resources for really a marginally faster car, and I don't even use the AMR Pro that much. But I mean the Vulcan that much. And this is a beautiful car. Look at it. I think it's an awesome looking car. I love having it in the garage. But truth be told, I don't think I'll be building it. I'll leave it be until such a time where I have just nothing else to build, which will never happen, but maybe I'll change my mind when gold goes up over 25,000 again and I just burn 7,000 in one shot. Here it is, bone stock. But again, I'll think about building it, but it's not quite on my priority list. Well, that concludes the Evolution Cup. Hey, make some comments. Let me know what you think. Are you stuck or are you making it through this as well? And if you built the AMR Pro, do you love it? Let me know. Subscribe to the channel so next time when I do stage 6 effects on the Hellcat, you'll get notification. And as always, thank you for watching my videos, and I'll look forward to seeing you next time.